PAS urges immediate enforcement of Najib's house arrest. Anwar urges calm as Umno and MCA lash out on DAP. All that and more coming up. Najib denied house arrest by High Court sparks clash between PAS and DAP, with PAS demanding the royal decree be enforced without delay.
PAS has expressed respect for the High Court ruling rejecting Najib Abdul Razak's house arrest bid but insists the royal decree be carried out immediately. Its Secretary General Mohamad Hasan said the addendum from the previous young di-Pertuan Agong should be implemented without protest, drawing a parallel to Anwar Ibrahim's 2018 pardon. He then framed the case as an attempt to place the monarch's authority under bureaucratic and judicial control. PAS also fully supports Najib's right to appeal the High Court decision. Meanwhile, DAP Youth reminded all parties that the rule of law and the supremacy of the federal constitution must be upheld. DAP Youth Chief Wee Ka Siong argued the government should focus on reforms rather than yield to pressure from individuals or groups opposing change. His response comes amid backlash from Umno over DAP leaders celebrating the High Court decision yesterday. Umno leaders are now pushing for the party to leave the Madani coalition in response.
Can the Prime Minister calm tempers after Najib's house arrest bid was rejected? Anwar says respect the court and stop stirring trouble.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has stepped in to steady his coalition after Najib Razak was denied house arrest. The ruling sparked celebrations, backlash, and fresh political tension, including calls for Umno to quit the government. In a statement today, Anwar said he respects the High Court's decision and urged others to do the same. Judge Alice Lok ruled that the alleged house arrest decree was invalid. Following the decision, Umno Youth Chief Dr. Ahmad Saleh implied political interference in the ruling. Without naming anyone, Anwar stressed that the judiciary must remain independent and free from pressure. He also urged patience and wisdom, saying it would be unwise to heighten tensions, even if some chose not to sympathize with Najib and his family. The veiled remarks appeared aimed at DAP, whose reaction to the ruling angered Umno leaders. Several PKR figures have also criticized DAP's Wee for calling the decision a reason to celebrate. Meanwhile, Anwar's former aide Shamsu Iskandar Moma has called for empathy towards Najib even as he faces corruption charges.
Earlier, another DAP leader said former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak deserves no sympathy. Could UMNO's uneasy partnership with DAP fracture again over Najib?
DAP Disciplinary Chief Tony Pua has fired back at Najib Abdul Razak's supporters after fresh backlash from UMNO leaders. The exchange has reignited tensions inside the unity government. Pua criticized Najib's supporters for condemning those celebrating the court's verdict against the former Prime Minister. He said DAP was proud of its role in exposing the 1MDB scandal and contributing to Najib's imprisonment. Pua argued there was no need to sympathize with Najib, adding that Malaysians should be free to celebrate justice being upheld. He also pointed to Najib's upcoming December 26 verdict in a separate 1MDB case involving 2.3 billion ringgit. Pua said Najib should instead be grateful for the sentence reduction granted by the Pardons Board. His remarks came after UMNO leaders criticized DAP's Wee for celebrating Najib's failed bid for house arrest. UMNO Secretary General Ashraf Washid Dusuki called Yo's comments rude and lacking humanity and suggested UMNO review its position in the coalition. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us.
Meanwhile, the political storm has spilled onto social media, with UMNO and MCA top leaders unleash a barrage of attacks on DAP.
UMNO Deputy President Mohamad Hasan and MCA President Wee Ka Siong have both taken aim at DAP. In a post online, Mohamad said he is waiting to celebrate when the court ruled on the Penang undersea tunnel case, perhaps sometime in mid-2026. He did not explain further, but the reference was clear: Lim Guan Eng's Penang tunnel case. Lim is facing multiple charges linked to the 6.34 billion ringgit Penang undersea tunnel project. The alleged offences dated back to his time as Penang Chief Minister between January 2011 and August 2017. Prosecutors allege Lim solicited 3.3 million ringgit in bribes to help a company secure the project. Meanwhile, MCA President Wee Ka Siong also entered the fray. He was responding to DAP's Tony Pua, who had labelled Najib Razak's supporters as lovers of the biggest crook in Malaysia. Wee questioned why DAP continues working with UMNO if the party truly rejects what it calls corruption and its supporters. He added that DAP should leave the Madani government if it genuinely believes in that stance.
Should Pakatan Harapan leaders celebrate Najib's court defeat? Muda Acting President Amira Aisyah says it's perfectly justified.
Should coalition members be rebuked for welcoming a court ruling? In a social media post, Muda Acting President Amira Abdul Aziz questioned Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim's decision to do just that. She said it was unusual for Anwar, also chair of Pakatan Harapan, to call out coalition figures, expressing satisfaction over the High Court's rejection of Najib Abdul Razak's house arrest bid. Amira noted that many PKR activists and politicians had fought against Najib during his premiership, and that celebrating the ruling was not personal vengeance. Instead, she framed it as a celebration of the law and a reminder of the 2018 general election when Pakatan Harapan defeated the Najib-led government and paved the way for his prosecution. Amira acknowledged that some UMNO members would be angered but questioned why certain PKR members were upset at those treating the ruling as a cause for celebration. Earlier, Anwar urged all parties to exercise patience and wisdom, cautioning against heightening tensions, even if some do not sympathize with Najib and his family.
If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe.
What happens when your own coalition pulls the plug on you? 8 state representatives are said to have turned against Perlis MB Shukri Ramli.
Perlis politics is suddenly in flux, with moves underway to oust its Menteri Besar Shukri Ramli. The drama unfolds as Shukri recovers in hospital after suffering chest pain. Media reports say several Perikatan National Assembly persons have withdrawn support for Shukri. 5 are from Bersatu and 3 are from PAS. They are said to have submitted statutory declarations to Raja of Perlis, Tunku Said Sirajuddin. The SDs reportedly state a loss of confidence in the Menteri Besar. Together, the 8 lawmakers form a simple majority in the 15-seat assembly. Earlier, Berita Harian reported that Bersatu has proposed 3 names as possible replacements. On the opposition side, Perlis Pakatan Harapan says it is preparing for a possible snap election. Shukri's position has been shaky for some time. He has faced past infighting disputes with Bersatu and repeated calls to resign. He also lost key party posts and was replaced as Perlis Perikatan National Chief last October.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to Kinitv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm John Ng. Thanks for watching.